Greetings and welcome to Here's What I Heard. Talk to Me America, where the world wants to know what you have to say. Actually, I meant to say greetings all you ultra MAGA folks out there. They just keep handing it to us, don't they? I love it. I love it. Never, ever, 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 ever correct your enemies while they're making mistakes. It is Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. Time for the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Lord Goddess, your hostess. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. How is everybody? How was your week? Things have been just running along like they usually do. If it ain't one thing, it's another. As in the famous words of Rosanna Dano. If anybody remembers that. Actually, if you like Saturday Night Live now, which I can't imagine why you would, you will absolutely adore the original Not Ready for Primetime players. They were funny. And Gilda Radner was my idol back then. Of course, I was a teenager, so actually, not quite yet. But when I became a teenager, she was one of my idols. I loved her. And then when I found out she was married to Gene Wilder, holy shit, that was like, just match made in comedic heaven. All right. So, how's everyone doing? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I don't see anybody on YouTube yet. Slow night. Prowler. Good night. Or good evening. Fucking MAGA. Yes. All right. So, yeah. It seems like their rhetoric, it's weird because their rhetoric just becomes more and more extreme as they scream that we're the extremists. And to be honest with you, I don't do anything but sit in my house and make videos and eat and other things that I won't mention. Things that every human does. It's not, But yeah, is that extreme now? Count me in. Count me in if that's extreme now. Pastor Chatelet, welcome, welcome. Let's see who else we got here tonight. Oh, cool, Pastor Chatelet. He starts off the night. You get one of these. One actual. All right. I just saw that American Ink Music is here as well. So yes, all of my regular guys on Odysee. Helicopter Sean, welcome, welcome. Appreciate it. Sigh. Yes, I've actually had pretty good week. Yes, that's one. Yes, Slop. That's one thing that I might have meant. My mind is a little dirtier than that, but okay. You'll get to learn that eventually, unless you don't recognize double entendres sometimes. So, everybody, welcome once again. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Speaking of ultra MAGA, this is actually where this came from. And like I say, they're pumping up the rhetoric because not only did he call us ultra MAGA, or it was actually some kind of bill or proposal or something that the Senator Scott from Florida had put forth. And he actually supposedly called it the ultra MAGA agenda. So I'm still looking around for that. I didn't have time to look into what exactly that was, but he's saying, this guy, of all people in the world, this guy telling everybody that we're going to raise their taxes. Oh, and that the last administration was the highest in, what was it, salary equality or not equality, equity, which, that's bullshit. In fact, the time that our past administration was in office, I actually made more money than I've ever made. And I've never made a whole lot of money throughout my years. I've always been pretty satisfied as long as I got what I needs, So I'm gonna just fill you in what I'm talking about here. And this just astonishes me, but it doesn't surprise me because they just keep getting and you know why it is. They're losing. They always do this kind of shit when they're losing. And I'll show you something else they're doing when they're losing. But we'll get to that. All right. Our grandpa in chief says,
Senator Rick Scott of Florida, United States Senator, who's leading the Republican National Senate's ultra-MAGA agenda. It's extreme, as most MAGA things are. It will actually raise taxes on 75 million American families, over 95% of whom make less than $100,000 a year.
I guarantee you he hasn't read whatever this is. I haven't even read it yet.
Among the hardest hit, working families, kids with folks. Imagine you're a family of four and you don't make enough money to have federal taxes. You're not there because you don't make enough money to pay them. You pay all your taxes, but you just don't make enough. And under this new plan, this tax plan, the ultra MAGA agenda, while big corporations and billionaires are going to pay nothing more, the working class folks are going to pay a hell of a lot more.
They say this every time, don't they? In fact, it was funny because when he was actually getting into office and he was doing a lot of this, now all of a sudden we're winning again. Well, they're going to raise taxes on you, which has been bullshit every time. I'll let him finish. I'm going to let him finish.
And it goes further than that. This extreme Republican agenda calls for Congress. Now, I'm not making this up either. You ought to really think about this. It requires a vote, if it were to pass, every 5 years. The Congress would have to vote to reinstate or eliminate Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Social Security is something seniors have paid in for their whole life.
Oh, now he's worried about that? They've been calling it some kind of a giveaway program or what do they call it up until now. Now he's worried about how much we've paid into that.
And it has to be reauthorized?
Yeah, I think all that shit should be reauthorized. They want to reauthorize the damn Constitution every time we turn around. Oh, it's a living will.
Again, it's hard to make this up.
I hate that. That is so condescending. He said, look, it's going to be my way or the highway. That's what that means. Look. He always, look, it's my way. Look.
But then again, it's a mega agenda. Meanwhile, millionaires and billionaires and corporations skate by. Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. They skate by and skip by because they pay fuckers like you all kinds of money to pass laws so they can skate by on other stuff. Shut up.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I imagine it all the time.
I've offered a different plan. A plan rooted in American values of fairness and deep.
I've offered a different plan. You notice he picked his nose when he said that? I've offered a different plan. Ew. Let's see. Cy says the conservatives pay most of the taxes and they shit all over the conservatives. These fools have no brains. Well, they also tell you that the richest among us don't pay any taxes or don't pay their fair share. Literally, they pay at least the 40% that is that rich, they actually pay 80 to 85% of the taxes. Which, again, have you ever gotten a job or gotten anything else like that? Some kind of employment, some kind of being hired or something like that from a poor person? No. But he's screaming and yelling, I'm taking this away from all of the oligarchs. I'm taking this away from all of the rich people. He's one of them. All of them up there are one of them. They're not doing that shit. That's... Whilst they're trying to make us dependent on them, which you know damn well, they're not going to give you shit.
Decency. Wealthy folks and corporations will pay a little more. Billionaires will have to pay a minimum tax. And again, most importantly, no one making less than $400,000 will pay a penny more in federal taxes.
Absolute bullshit.
We're going to protect and strengthen Social Security and Medicare, not put it on the block every 5 years.
Are you kidding me? You guys are constantly telling us that if we don't do this, we're going to have to cut Medicare. We're going to have to cut Social Security. Why is it always our money? Why don't they cut some of this other crapola that they're taxing us for that just gets abused? Like the $9,000 hammers and all the bullshit. In fact, I read an article not too long ago. They showed something where there was supposed to be some kind of an access ramp in this. It was like 4 stairs going up a little hill in this park. A guy went out there and built it for $500. They went out there and spent another $15,000 to tear the thing down so they could build it themselves. So yeah, don't give me this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, they're just going to pay a little bit more. Yeah, to your pockets. We're the ones that get screwed with this shit. And he can't figure out why his numbers are so low. Took away a bunch of jobs. In fact, that was something else I noticed in some of the headlines today too as I was preparing for the show. But our unemployment rate has gone up again. While he claims that he has made the biggest amount of jobs ever in history. Yeah, everybody went back to work after this thing that they took away everybody's work to begin with. I wonder how many more people are out on the streets now. You don't hear a whole bunch about that anymore either. Not even Jimmy Dore's talking about that anymore. I'm not real sure why, but I'll let him finish.
Let me remind you again. I've
Please.
reduced the federal deficit. All the talk about the deficit from our Republican friends, I love it. I've reduced it $350 billion in my first year in office.
Bullshit.
And we're on track to reduce it by the end of September by another $1,500 billion.
Yeah, right.
The largest drop ever. I don't want to hear Republicans talk about deficits and their ultra MAGA agenda. I want to hear about fairness. I want to hear about decency. I want to hear about helping ordinary people.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hear anything from the Republicans. Just do as I say. This is the only way. Don't take any advice or listen to anybody else about anything else. Just listen to him. Yeah, no. And his little speech about his deficit, I'm going to show you right now. He's full of fucking shit. He sharpens his midterm missions. Like I said before, they're losing. They start acting like this and start coming up with all kinds of grandiose shit all the time just to try and scare everybody. Oh, well, if you vote for them, it's like, tell me what you're going to do. They're always speaking for the other side. This is one of the reasons why I don't like either of them. Let's see. Where did I find that on here? President zeroed in on an economic plan that put forward by the leader of the Senate Republicans campaign arm. Yes. Proposals and calls for completing a border wall and naming it after former President Donald Trump. Why not? It was his idea, and he's the one that got it started in the first place. They just kept talking about it for 40 years. Oh, we got to do it. 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 And of course, everybody's claiming, oh, well, they were all for it 10 years ago and talking about it. Yeah, that's all they ever did was fucking talk about it. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. Meanwhile, everything was crumbling. People are pouring in. That's just fact. What can I tell you? Who do we have? Bruin! All right, somebody on YouTube finally. Hey, remind me how much the president makes per year again? Yeah. 400,000. I wonder what he's doing with it. Probably wiping his ass with it. He sure isn't donating any of it. Let's see. Okay, no, that was just a article backing up what I just showed you on the video here. But yeah, they're scared to death. And you know, it's funny because they're really scared because Trump is being very tight-lipped about it. Now, he's doing all kinds of rallies and everything like that, but I haven't heard him actually say word one of whether or not he's even going to sign up again. Because don't they have to have some kind of form, an altar running or anything like that? I'm not positive about all of that. Again, don't forget how normie I was just 2-3 years ago. So, let's see, 6.2 trillion, but he knocked off a few billion. Oh yeah, that's why I say he's full of shit. And I'm going to show you even his own media places are talking about this. I'm telling it in recent speeches. This is from MSN. And I'm going to tell you where they got this from. In recent speeches, President Joe Biden has been misleadingly taking credit for cutting federal deficits by historic amounts. Though most of the reduction in deficits in 2021 far less than initially projected after Biden added to them with more emergency pandemic and infrastructure spending. So his blah blah about that he's doing this and he's reducing the deficit, shut up Republicans, No, bullshit. He's not. He's just saying that he has. Just like he's been saying that he's gotten the largest, he's made up the largest amount of jobs ever. 70 million jobs or whatever like that. You think maybe, just maybe, a lot of those weren't lost jobs to begin with? But of course, the way that they word it and the way that they finagle it with the unemployment and all of that and how they did it, yeah, he can lie with the statistics there, I would venture to say. Let's see. Demon Goddess. Oh! I have another goddess in that house. Nice to meet you. I'm Laura the Goddess. I like your fire. You're fun. Thank you for sharing your time. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I try to be fun. In fact, I got a few funny things for you. But yeah, this stuff kind of pisses me off. And I'm so tired of being lied to. I really am. It busts my head wide open. You really, really do take a lot of dignity away from people when you just fucking lie all the time. Yourself included, which makes it even worse. But you take away other people's dignity too by trying to pass shit by them that is bullshit, and they know it. It's like, you don't have any respect for my intelligence enough to even fucking do it right. It just, and then of course you see all the pain and suffering and everything else that's causing, and then of course they got that particular notion, or they got that fact check from him from factcheck.org. In fact, they copied it almost verbatim in recent speeches. President Joe Biden has been misleadingly taking credit for cutting federal deficits. Blah, 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 blah. But I was going to say, he's been taking a lot of credit for a lot of things, which he doesn't deserve. He really doesn't deserve. And like I say, I didn't even actually have to look for longer than 2 minutes to debunk that statement. Plus, also, too, you know damn well he's not that efficient. He talks a big game. But he's never, ever, 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 ever been that effective. Ever. Well, he was. But that was what they're calling all of us bad names over. Go figure. All right. Here's something funny for you. This came across my Gab feed. Good old Rachel Madcow. But someone did this. And of course, this right here is the reaction right now to the Roe v. Wade thing going on. But I just thought this was hilarious. I hope you can hear it. You should be able to hear it.
No, 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 no!
That's what they're all doing right now. So much security, but you got somebody in the literal Supreme Court leaking this shit now. Nothing sacred anymore. Absolutely nothing sacred anymore. And I hope they find out who that is, because that person actually definitely needs to be removed. They have caused a lot of problems. Are causing a lot of problems in which a lot of these people are going through. Twitter, the writing that we warned you about, has now begun. This comes from Investment Watch. Let's see. Before I go into that, let's see what everybody says about the last thing. Did you guys catch that with Miss Mad Cow? I thought that was hilarious. Yes, he does. He oozes lies and deception. That's true. Let's see. Yeah, 6 point. Okay. Bruin Backhand says she looks like a pinky in that picture. Thank you. You talking about Miss Mad Cow? Yeah. I thought that was hilarious, though. Yep, that was great. I would love to shake the hands of some of these people that make some of these memes. I wish I was as creative. However, I am working on a spoof song. In fact, my husband's setting up the set for me right now. I'll be recording it tomorrow. I'm hoping to get it out by Saturday, but I don't know if I'll be able to. But yeah, I've always wanted to be a big band singer, so watch out for my next... I guess you could call it a meme in a way, but actually it's just a spoof song. I rewrote the words to a big band tune. And I think I've created another character, or I might just be like someone else. I don't know yet. I'm still working that kind of stuff out. But I got the lyrics. I've practiced the song. I have the background music. Everything's going as according to plan. So watch for that. I hope it'll be funny, but it's also going to be, well, as I can say, it's going to be political satire, I guess you could say, but not really. I plan on being very honest. Let's see. Psyop says, if Ultra Maga means stuffing these fuckers into wood chippers. Let's see. Damn, Ken. With one of these, we could cut. Some of these I can't read. Don't forget I'm on YouTube now. Didn't catch the whole of the story. What exactly was leaked? Oh, the Roe v. Wade. Actually, it was one of the opinions of one of the judges. I believe Judge Alito. He'd written up an opinion with regards to eliminating Roe v. Wade. Which actually, I got to be honest with you. Up until a couple of years ago, and like I say, I didn't really even know what it was. I find out if when you do your actual research on it, you find out that it was based on a lie. Kind of sort of around the same kind of venue as good old Reverend Al did back in the 80s, but reversed the races. And actually also too, there's another thing about these people. They literally have no idea, and they're nothing but violent. Let's see. This all of this crap that's going on now, especially the violence and the stuff that they're doing now, tells me that these folks have no sense of anything except their own selfish needs, wants, and desires, which probably aren't their own anyway. They're kind of robots if you think about it. They don't even talk about what they want. They just chant and scream and demand. And it's never enough. It's never enough. They don't even, and a lot of times you talk to them, they don't even know what they're demanding. And of course, one little fact, and you watch something like go off in their eyes, and they just turn into this robot that does not compute, that just it malfunctioned, and they get louder. It's weird. It's almost like a car alarm or some shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. Q. What must occur to allow for civilian trials? Military tribunals or civilians legal? I think you actually know. I'm not going to say it, but you guys know what's going to happen. In fact, there are people on, I guess you could say, our side. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But people are actually commenting and saying that whoever it was that leaked this mess and everything like that was a catalyst to start a hot civil war here in the States. They're dying to kill people, I guess. I just, but I gotta be honest with you, guys. Like I say, I'm actually for it. I'm actually for it. It's, again, if the Constitution can be a live document and change around and everything like that, why can't any of these laws? You know, my biggest problem with a lot of these people in a lot of times is the fact that they're passing law after law after law after law after law when there's actually already laws on the books that if they enforce them, we wouldn't be having this shit. We would not be having the shit that we're going through right now. But one reason, the main reason, like I said before, is it gives the power, literally just gives the power of decision making in that aspect to the states. According to Roe v. Wade, it actually made it a constitutional right, and it's not. In fact, it's the exact opposite of the constitutional right to the right of life. And I don't understand why there can be no alternatives with all the folks out there that really want children and can't have them? Why would you give some parents the ability to raise a family that want to so badly? That's not right. Like I say, there's alternatives for everything. You should always look at every angle. But I don't understand that. And of course, like I say, the third reason is actually because of the fact that it was based on a lie. You can look it up. I don't have the proof of it up here, but you can actually look it up. The person that it was involved with and that was involved with it in the first place has been saying it for years. They made me lie. So that's causing this mess here. Let's see. Like I say, Investment Watch. This came. I'm not real sure exactly where this came from, but they've got references and everything in here too. But it said mainly it just listed a bunch of tweets. LAPD attempt to arrest pro-choice protesters, but fail as they get mobbed by rioters. Basically, they started throwing bottles and rocks and everything at the cops. The Department of Homeland Security is getting aggressive here in downtown Los Angeles. There's a pro-choice. I washed my tongue today. Still can't do anything with pro-choice protest. Far-left rioters threaten police at the pro-abortion direct action in Los Angeles. So a lot of this stuff happened in Los Angeles. That was Andy No. Andy No did a lot of this tweeting. Far-left pro-abortion protesters threaten law enforcement before backup arrives and pushes them back. So yeah, these guys are willing to kill so that they're allowed to kill. That is just not the American way. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not even sorry. That's just not the American way. That's not the way we're supposed to be living. So, I have the best husband in the world. A little coffee here for me. Don't worry. It's decaffeinated. I think you guys already know I have to have decaffeinated coffee anyway, so I used to drink regular coffee at all hours of the day and night anyway. Used to be before, so. But even the Daily Mail, and here's what's happening. Once again, Washington is surrounded, or at least the Supreme Court is surrounded by a giant fence. They're now having to protect the judges, especially Judge Alito at the moment, in which I believe I read somewhere also too, like I did a lot of reading today. My eyes are like, but which I believe actually he had to cancel something today because of the danger against him now. Saying something about that. I actually figured that they had that too. He's talking about having tunnels and things like that, and food stores and everything like that for our elites. It wouldn't surprise me. And one thing I wanted to remind you guys about now that I hear that again, we got some weather here, and it looks like everything's running okay. I'm probably having a little bit of buffering just because I still have really shitty bandwidth. Doesn't seem to be affecting anybody though. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Let's see. Hey, Ken Rides, welcome here. Welcome. That's a new face on my crowd here. And of course, if you like what I'm doing, I'm one of those people that started doing this because I really didn't have anything else to do during those years that we went through all of this mess. Hoping that I could make a new career out of this. I mean, I like talking, and I'm one of the. I don't know if you could call me a walkawayer or just somebody that has awakened, I guess you could say. And like I say, I had a whole lot of no choice because as most of you know, while we were quarantined and all that other stuff, I had heart problems at the same time, so I was actually convalescing during that time. Although my doctor kept telling me stop watching the news. Nah, he didn't actually. Actually, I've got this knack. Both of us have got this knack to see through bullshit. And it's, yeah. But yeah, they've got a huge fence up now because of all of this, again, in Washington, which is also, again, prohibiting the normal person or anybody that wouldn't go visit up there and everything like that to not be able to see our the workings and everything like that. In fact, I remember when I went up to Washington D.C. in 86, 87, something like that, maybe 88. And we literally got to go in and watch them do the processions in the big room where they do all of the arguing and they do the gavel banging and all that other stuff. We got to watch the congressman. In fact, at the time, this always blew my mind too. At the time, Fred Grandy was I think a congressman. Does anybody remember who Fred Grandy was? Anyway, anything can happen tonight. It's raining, thundering, and lightning out here, and you know how horrible my electricity is out here too. So far, it's not windy. That actually seems to be the problem. So, but yeah, I can talk forever. My husband doesn't ever tell me to shut up, but my parents usually do. Yes, the news will give you AIDS. Not all of it. Not all of it. And like I say, I actually had the opportunity to watch both, and it's really weird. You can almost tell who's lying to you and who's not these days. But then again, if by now a lot of people that have paid attention to all of this, even slightly, if by now you haven't realized that these people do the same shit over and over and over and it keeps working. So it's like it's really weird. It's almost like I can write the script for a lot of this stuff based on what they've said before, based on the history that I know and everything like that. And it's like, well, yeah, they're getting ready to do this, they're doing this, they're getting ready to do this, and sure enough, I'm not no soothsayer, but I do recognize patterns. I think that's probably one of the reasons why that's one of the things that they've taken out of schools these days is patterns and everything like that, showing kids how to recognize patterns and stuff. And that's, I think that's actually something that, I think that's one of the reasons why these kids are literally using their calculators if they mess up on, a lot of them are cashiers now and in the convenience stores and everything like that, and they literally have to use their calculators if they mess up on the actual computer itself and don't know how much change to give. I'm like, okay, no wonder they want people to self-check out. Prowler of Night says, if you followed the news, you got your jab and boosters, and now you literally have AIDS. Well, I followed it, but I didn't take any of their advice. It makes a big difference. And like I say, I literally have this knack. Most of the time, I'm not infallible, but I literally have the knack to be able to tell if somebody's bullshitting me. It's something inbred in me. I can't explain it, and I can't. Maybe if I took a class in body language or some shit like that. Sometimes I watch what's his name, Von Shaker. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's a guy with a really long face. But he's cute. He's funny too. But he does the body language thing, and he's studied it for 20 years and all that and everything. And, you know, he tells you right off, you know, if somebody looks off to this way or somebody does this with their hands, and I'm thinking, yeah. And it's like, gee, do I recognize that shit without having the classes? I don't know. Like I say, I'm not infallible about it, but I seem to have a knack when somebody's bullshitting me. Okay, I know everybody wants to talk about this man. Dave Chappelle, man. Is he ever going to catch a break? Probably not. You never will. You never do. Once you start fighting this shit on the other side, you never catch a break. You're going to have to take it where you can get it. But he now understands, and these comedians are now starting to understand what us fucking musicians have been going through our entire lives. In fact, there is scads and scads and scads and scads of videos showing people jumping up on the stage, people running up on the stage, people attacking these people. Some of them, it's like they just want love or they want a hug or whatever. Like, but it's like, no, you ain't special, and if you don't cross that barrier. That's an unspoken rule. Why do you think most of the time they've got guards and ropes and all kinds of shit up there? You don't belong up there. Not to mention the fact that if you want to do it on a practicality kind of thing, the insurance companies require a lot of that stuff because you got props up there, you got wires up there, you got all kinds of shit up there for your production and everything like that. Not only could somebody come up there and screw all of that up, but if they get hurt themselves, who's on the hook for that shit? So yeah, Dave, I'm just saying, comedians are now getting a taste of what it's like to be a musician or a singer. And like I say, this has been going on forever. I mean, anybody that remembers the Elvis years even, the girls were ripping his clothes off of him and shit when he got near them. People are nuts. So, but in this case, in my opinion, everybody's going, oh, they shouldn't have beat this guy up. And yes, they should have. He got up there. He had a weapon. He could have really hurt Chappelle. He could have really hurt anybody that was up there for that production. But this is the way you deal with these fuckers. A lot of times, if somebody else sees that, in fact, there's a perfect thing that I see on TikTok all the time. Mamacita and Babycita. Mamacita offers Babycita food, and Babycita says, no, no, no. So Mamacita pulls out a stuffed animal, offers the food to the stuffed animal, and the stuffed animal says, no, no, no. Mamacita takes that chancla and starts going bing, 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 bing. And then Babycita eats. So yeah, if you're going to do that kind of shit, expect to get your ass kicked. And hopefully that'll make other assholes think twice before going up there and doing it. Because they'll know, if I do this, they're going to kick my ass. Unless that's a badge of honor for these people nowadays. I don't understand. Yep, Dimebag Daryl. That's why I say it's most of the time it's nice, but it's still unnerving that some stranger just all of a sudden is engulfing you, and you don't know what their intentions are. You don't. Okay? They catch you outside afterwards. They catch you in the hall afterwards. They catch you in the alley afterwards. Like that. Oh man, that wasn't funny. Blah, blah, blah. They don't jump on front. They haven't jumped on the stage and did that kind of shit to you. Okay? Personally, I think that the musicians and now the comedians should all get together and do something about fighting that. Or at least public service announcement. Don't be doing this shit, man. Like I say, it doesn't even have to be them going up there. There's all the production stuff up there. The props, the wires, the microphones, the instruments. Not to mention the fact how expensive a lot of that stuff is. And if you're going up there to some kind of band that has their instruments and everything like that, don't be messing with their instruments. In fact, everybody says, oh, they're so stuck up about that. No! That's a personal part of their body. More than likely, that person has sat and played that guitar almost their entire lives to get up there and be able to do that shit. It becomes a part of your body. Don't touch it. It's almost like, pinching their butt or something. It's inappropriate. Don't even ask. Go get your own damn guitars and stuff. You can look at it. It's nice to look at it and everything like that, but that's really a personal part of a person's body. It literally is, especially. So, this guy, in fact, it's really weird because if you look at this, it's almost like his body double. It's like, it was this, and I think that some people thought that at first it was probably part of the show because this guy is almost literally dressed exactly like the way it looks here, Dave Chappelle. I think the only difference was he had his nails painted black or something like that. But yeah, indeed, these people, you don't want to have some respect, then you don't deserve respect back. It's just the way it is. And like I say, this kind of thing hopefully will repel others. Hey, think twice about this, man. I really want to do this shit, man, but he's got them people up there, and all of them comedians came out, and all them people came out for him and everything like that, and broke this guy's arm the other way. His elbow is literally bent the other way. Ouch. All right. I watch Tim, what the hell is his name? Tim Black. I watch Tim Black sometimes. He's lefty, but he's not always wrong. And of course, you always watch what everybody else is saying, especially on that side. What do I always say? Forewarned is forearmed. And like I say, you can pretty much guess what they're going to do next by what they tell you, because they kind of tell you what they're going to do next. They're almost like villains. Wah, I'm going to do this to you just before I do it, and you can't escape, and then we do. And anyway, this was from, I think, TMZ or something, but this was actually some new footage that I'd been hearing about.
I am going to kill them.
Can you blame him?
Wait, I gotta see this.
He went back there and watched them kick his butt. Okay, that was the aftermath. I thought that was going to be when the guy jumped him, because the close-up stops in mid-attack. So, let's see. All right. Enough of that. They've all talked about it. It was very funny. Chris Rock came out and said, "Hey, is that Will Smith?" Actually, I think I read somewhere that Will Smith is in India somewhere, probably talking to someone's guru out there like the Beatles did or whatever, trying to calm his anger. Could be, I don't know. But, yeah, I was going to say, you know, Will Smith didn't hear that because he would have slapped Chris Rock again. Actually, I hear that this was, what is it? Netflix is a joke? Is that one of the names of their shows, or is that an anti-Netflix organization? Somebody tell me. Does anybody know? Hello, Hallie. Oh, gee, you know what? I'm an idiot. I hope nobody's been trying to call me all this time. I forgot to start Skype. Yes, this is a call-in talk show where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. I got a few more topics we can go over, but I've been talking for almost an hour. I appreciate the fact that you don't mind listening to me rant. Somebody said they thought they were on 451 Actual's channel. What, I can't rant once in a while? Indeed, indeed. And the number to call, 409-877-1243. Of course, I've got all kinds of links down below. Of course, YouTube, here it is, 8 months now. 8 months now, I still have the same 400 subscribers. It goes up and down 1 or 2 every once in a while, but YouTube is not allowing me to grow whatsoever. So any help there would be fine. I'm actually getting to a point where I might actually do this exclusively on Odysee, and I might try DLive. I don't know. I've got it set up over there, but my bandwidth won't let me do any more than 2, and even that's iffy most of the time. So, like I say, all my links are below. You can donate to me. You can donate to me on Odysee. Oh, Caffeinated Kick. Thank you. Thank you so much. You get one of these. I appreciate it. And everything goes right back into this particular business here. I keep all my businesses separate. Otherwise, I'm too confusion to not do that. Not to mention the fact one doesn't really have anything to do with the other unless I need to use music for one or the other. That's the only thing that they have in common. And it's actually not even the same music. So anyway, what I was going to tell you is click on some of them, will you? It's got all my alternatives on it. Maybe if I get more people talking to me on Gab, I'll do more on Gab and remember to do more on Gab. I'm trying to get more on Gab, but I don't put any of this on Facebook except for the here's what I heard. And actually, I let Rumble do that. Rumble actually does that for me automatically, which they need to actually kind of tweak it a bit because the cover picture, the cover photos don't come out on them in Facebook, and I haven't been there in a while. I don't pay that much attention to it. I would venture to say I probably have all kinds of strikes by now, but I just don't even I don't even look at it. Every once in a while I'll do. Every once in a while I'll do. Once again, thank you, Caffeinated Kick. Hello, Hallie. Welcome to the show. Salty Foreskin, Ruffle. Fuck HBS. Dude. CMH is better. LED are killing it now. Okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but okay. All right, I'll go on. I'll go on. Actually, is 451 actual here right now? And if not, can somebody get him in here? He'll want to hear this. He will want to hear this. It's too bad we can't get Salty, but I think Salty probably listens to this on his own. Now, here's a disclaimer. All right, this is another person that I just listened to because I listen to everybody. I do. You never know what you're going to learn from people, and everybody's not always wrong, no matter what side they're on, if you will. I hate that too. That's stupid. You know whose side I'm on? Mine. Mine. I can't do anything about anybody else. So anyway, this is somebody that I don't really trust. He's now, if you see him on the screen, that's Bill Maher. He's now kind of, sort of trying to twist things back around to, oh, hey, let's get some common sense. Oh, hey, this leftist thing about men getting pregnant and all this other blah, 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 blah. He's trying to, but I still don't trust him because he's the one that called for a lot of the shit that's going on right now to begin with, just to get rid of Trump. His TDS still shows through. And to me, like I say, that he becomes an enemy at that point. He becomes an enemy at that point. If you can't get past some of the bullshit, okay, the fact that nobody's going to be perfect, including your ass, then no, you're just an enemy at that point. You know, you bring up stuff and you don't have any answers, but you absolutely refuse to work with the other person about it, you're an enemy. You're an enemy. So that's my disclaimer, just showing it to him. Dude, a $300 Mars LED. Oh, okay, you guys are talking about some kind of lights, eh? Everyone I know has switched to LED and uses less power and gets similar or better than HPS. I don't know about that. we have LEDs, but and actually the LEDs are not what burns out. Of course, like I say, my husband is an electrician or electronics engineer. He can fix almost anything that plugs into electricity, whatever. But he's taken apart some of these LED lamps, and the thing that goes out is either the transformer in them, or he says that there's a lead, some kind of an electrical lead that isn't soldered to anything. They don't solder it to the thing, and it comes up from the thing that you twist in there. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like if you jostle it a little bit, that wire will bend to where it doesn't touch and make contact anymore, and it doesn't work. And he's taking them apart. Excuse me. He's taken them apart, and he hasn't quite figured out how to put them back together afterwards, because, like I say, that part needs to go down into the part that screws into the light socket. And you guys might be talking about completely different LEDs than I am. That's all I know what an LED is. But if anybody has any problems with that, that's why. It's not the LED that burns out. Those things last for fucking ever. It's either the transformer in the light bulb itself, or it's the lead. It doesn't attach to anything. They don't solder it down. So, just in case you wanted to know about that. All right, once again, back to Bill Maher. Did anybody find 451 Actual? Is anyone listening to me? Empress Psycho! Oh, thank you, Hallie. I appreciate that. Too much TDS. We are paying the price now. Yeah. And I was going to say, they still have it. They have it worse than ever. And I think it's because of the fact that he's staying low-key, and they have no idea, because they know how unpredictable he can be. So they know, I'm pretty sure that they can feel another foot coming. But yeah, he might surprise you. He might surprise you and put Junior up there instead. What can I tell you? They both have a mouth on them, that's for sure. But you know, he's talking about how the fact that this, even though it's kind of a contradiction now, especially with females, that they tell everybody that they want these soft men that just listen and do, you know, everything they're bidding and everything like that. But then they come around and they tweet about how much lady boners they have over this Zelensky dude that's supposedly killing the Russians, and don't give me a ride, I need bullets and all this other and everything like that. And the women are just going over him. So he's basically going against the toxic masculinity, blah blah, that they're always talking about. So, but I thought I got a kick out of this. Listen. Oh, let me take off the moot.
And the fact that he's what people used to call a man's man. He can't share right now. He's killing Russians. Turns out after 200,000 years, there's still a lot of another tribe is coming to kill us. And when that happens, you want a little big dick energy.
Did you guys hear that? Do I need to play that again? I'm going to play it again anyway.
To kill us. And when that happens, you want a little big dick energy.
Indeed. I think that's the reason why so many people are complaining about our military being infiltrated by all this bullshit as well. These guys have got one job, and that's to take care of the United States. So, yeah, I just thought you'd get a kick out of that. I'm going to actually take a clip of that and hopefully make some kind of a cool meme out of it. Or somebody at least tell 451 Actual and Salty that I personally, I think he's been listening to Salty, because he's kind of sort of that way too. He'll listen to the other side too. He was on Ben Shapiro's show. Don't agree with everything but he'll at least listen to other people too. I guarantee you he's listening to either Salty or 451 Actual, because you don't hear anybody else using that phrase. Yes, I hate him too. Actually, I don't hate anybody. I hate his ideas. I'm not a hater. I try to come, and you can't be. When you deal with the public like I do and everything like that, you can't really be a hater. I hate his ideas. I hate the fact that he started a whole bunch of shit, and he's not somebody that I would actually hang out with, but he has the right to say what he has to say, and he's not always wrong. Attitude Seed Bank. Ever hear of it, Salty? Salty foreskin, yeah. Best Euros. Okay, they're talking about you guys homesteading in my comments in Odysee. How cool. Guess what? I get the benefit of that later on. I get to, okay, I'll grow tomatoes this way, or, how about chickens? Okay. So, yeah, I just thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Like I say, I think Bill Maher has been listening to Salty. Who else uses that phraseology? I've never heard anybody use that phraseology before him. Not that anybody didn't, but not as mainstream not as big and as a following as he's had and everything like that. And like I say, but he'll probably tell you he got it from somewhere else too. Just like what was that other thing? Was it a galaxy brain? There was a couple of sayings he said he got from somewhere else. And speaking of holy balls, this came across my feed the other day. I couldn't believe it. All right. Got a phone call coming in. Hang on just a second. Just a second. Just a second. You're on the air.
Oh, hi, it's Hallie.
Hey, Hallie.
Hi, I'm calling home. Hi. Yeah, I was going to say about Bill Maher. I mean, has he been red-pilled or something? I mean, I know it seems like his views have gotten a little more, I don't know, conservative or centrist at least. But, I was never a big fan of his to begin with, but it's just kind of interesting to see a certain cultural shift. But I was going to say, I think he's a little bit half right about Zelensky. He's saying women are swooning over him because he's so macho. I think that somehow it's okay to be macho if you're fighting for the West or something. But I'm not defending Putin by any chance, but it's just terrible what's going on there. But I thought, I still think that if he'd been willing to sit and talk to Putin in the beginning, it might have been some of this could have been avoided. But I thought, it wasn't. It's okay. It's not okay for Putin or anyone else or Trump to be macho. But as long as it's on the on Soros' side or something like that, that's why I think he's half right or something. These kind of people, do you agree, or do you think? I don't know what you say.
Well, as far as Bill Maher goes, I think he has as many right followers as he does left followers. And I would say in any business, actually, you want to cater to your customers. So I think that he sees that he's got just as many on one side as the other, and he's trying to please them both. Nobody wants to lose that business.
Yeah.
So he might be waking up a little bit about it or anything like that. And of course, a lot of people, there's been a lot of critics whenever he doesn't agree with his side that have come after him and stuff like that too. And I think that's waking him up more than anything else. If that's the case, I still don't trust him.
No, neither do I. No. But I just thought it's interesting that he suddenly, he seems moving a little bit more to the right, but I don't watch him regularly, so I don't know. Yeah, I was going to ask Jean-Pierre, so her last name or something, I don't have it in front of me. You heard he's getting a new press secretary, right?
Right. Actually, I've seen her a couple of times fill in. It's the black young lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, from listening to them, if I closed my eyes, I couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, really? Oh, same. So, all right. I guess I'm a little cynical. I just figure she filled in all the boxes, but I don't know if she's. I don't know if she's better. It's the same. Anybody in this administration at this point, it's just it's just the same type of person anyway. So yeah, it's just depressing. That's all. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just another thing I wanted to ask you, this whole thing with the Roe versus Wade. Is this an actual? This was a draft. Does that mean that it's going to pass, that Roe versus Wade will be undone or outlawed, or I don't know, whatever the word is?
Well, according to what I'm reading, it's only one draft of one of the justices. But you know how they sensationalize everything and make it look like as if we're about to take away their everything from them all the time.
Yeah. I personally, I can say, right, I think abortion should be restricted, but not outlawed. So I oppose either extreme view. But it seems like they're, I don't know. I think it's just they're turning it over, a wholesale permission to, I guess abortion on demand. Is Is that what this thing is kind of involved?
Well, the only thing
the
only thing I know about the Roe v. Wade, and this is basically it demanded that it be legal in all states. The federal government actually took over the decision of the states themselves to be able to either outlaw it or whatever laws there are. And it was also based on a lie.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah,
and the thing is that they're trying to state that being able to kill someone like that, and I'm going to put it that way because that's what it is a constitution. Is a constitutional right, which it's the opposite. Our Constitution says we have the right to life.
That's true. Yeah, life, liberty, that's true. Yeah. No, so I think, to me, life does begin at conception and all that. There are instances where the mother's welfare may take precedence, but that's up to a doctor or, clergy to decide, somebody just makes reckless, engages in reckless behavior. I know,
right. And I remember they also
pay, don't play.
I remember they also promised us that it was going to be safe, legal, and rare for those cases rape. Well, as I say, as cases in such as rape, incest, or problems with the health of the mother or the baby. But now, if you look at the chart, there was somebody pulled up a chart. 98% of them are for just because. Yeah, no, that's wrong. It's very wrong. This is just, it was an inconvenient type of a thing. No, that's. I have a religious friend who had a terminated pregnancy because of a severe deformity where the baby wasn't even going to live, more than even there it was still kind of a, I know it's a slippery slope. Like, where do you draw? Do we, can abort anybody that's, not the, anybody with a deformity or disability? Or I know it might lead to that. But this was an extreme. She did talk to a rabbi. So the point I'm saying, there are instances, like you said. But so I certainly don't want to see it completely banned. But that is up to the state. It's true that but I do think that's going to hurt the Republican. I don't know about the elections. Do you think that the moderates or undecided are going to start gravitating to the Democrats? No, actually, what's happening is even the moderates want a limit to it. I say, everybody argues whether it should be 8 weeks or 12 weeks. I actually think the heartbeat bill itself should be the thing, if that's the case. Personally, I don't think it should happen at all, because I've watched several of my friends that couldn't have children be denied because they would rather just kill them. Late-term abortions. In fact, California tried to sneak in up to 30 days after birth. That's not an abortion anymore. No, 30 days after birth, that's murder. That's outright murder. Thank you. Yes. Indeed. But even within, after starting the third trimester, it's no longer even a fetus; it's a baby. I mean, my father was a doctor. He just said, he knows that, really 7th month on, it's really, I mean. Like, you have an emergency in the mother's life is, endangering. They do a C-section for God's sake, but don't. These people, basically, disregard. It's frightening. You're in a psychopathic world. Disregard for human life. But I just wondered that, people, the cultural. Like I said, I see a cultural shift, so more people, I don't know, they took a poll where half the people, I don't want to say favor abortion, but I'm wondering who they really interviewed, and do they mean abortion on demand or limited, so I guess we don't really know. Well, they're getting upset about some of the heartbeat bills and everything like that, and like I say, they're not banning it outright, but you've got a certain amount of time. And to be honest with you, you should have made the decision when you decided to lay up with that man.
exactly. Yeah, if you want to use birth control, I mean, I'm not against.
Yeah, well, that's what they're. That's the unfortunate
yeah.
part. They're using abortion as birth control, and that is
birth
just
control. Yeah, that's exactly.
That's
yeah.
horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're living really in frightening times, but I don't. Listen, watching so much going on, I think I don't know. Maybe am I the only one that's getting depressed over it?
I'm sure
it's
not.
Not even it's the stupidity and the amorality that. I mean, you're always going to have earthquakes, but things like that. Unfortunately, car accidents, tragedies, I guess. But when I'm seeing this combination of stupidity and amorality, it's very frightening. I just hope and pray for the best.
Well, that's all you
I wish
can
good
do.
luck on
You
your
gotta
show.
you gotta live your life, not let these people affect you if you can help it. And when they do,
Yeah.
life is never
Okay.
fair, and shit happens sometimes.
Yeah. It gets to the point where I just have to turn off the computer. I go,
Oh yeah, take
Anyway,
a break.
listen, I like it. Yeah. Anyway, good luck to your show. I wish you good night, and really.
Well,
I hope
thanks
you get
for
more
thanks for
viewers,
calling.
more callers.
Thanks for calling. Try not to get
Yeah.
too depressed. Life is still good,
Yeah, try
but
that.
and life is also what you make it too.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
all right. Well,
Okay,
thanks so
okay.
much for
Bye-bye.
calling me, Hallie. You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Thanks so much for calling me, Hallie. She's my regular caller. She lives in New York somewhere. I think she's a librarian. Let me see the settings. All right. Don't forget the number to call is 409-877-1243. All right. Back to what I was talking about. Gentlemen, I give you the hot tub exclusively for your hanging boys. This came across my feed the other day, and I thought, oh, this just has to go in the show. One of the most hilarious things I've ever found in my life. In fact, I showed it to my brother, and he says, oh, way to boil my boys. Oh, God. Oh, this was so funny. Did you know that there's a company that creates these mini jacuzzis for your testicles, and it's quite a popular item among men? Now, you know where they got this from, and I don't know if this is from porn or whatever it is, but supposedly college guys were having ladies blow bubbles in cups of water as they dip their testicles into them. And like I say, they call it a ball spa. But it started out actually as a joke. It started out with a conversation on a houseboat 2 summers ago about trends going on with college students, and this is where they were. This was a trend with college students. They were doing this to themselves, having their girlfriends blow bubbles with a straw into a cup, into their cup of nuts. No, Bruin Backhand, I'm afraid to say that is not a joke. That is not a joke. Like I say, that's one of the reasons why it's in the show, because it's actually not a joke. The guy, when they first talked about it and everything like that, they thought it was a joke, but this guy took it seriously, and the first thing he did was go to his 3D printer and come up with a prototype. The looks on some of these guys' faces in these pictures trip me out. Magical experience. They genuinely love the way that it feels. It's comfortable, it's refreshing, and it's relaxing on the testicles. Oh, don't get caught in the drain. According to Pride, the product is currently on only in one size. However, the creators have promised that they are doing research and it will soon be available to fit all sizes. I wonder what that research looks like. What are they doing, going around measuring everybody's nuts? Come on. So yes, gentlemen, I give you the hot tub for your testicles. The testicle tub. I'm surprised they don't call it that. That's going to get the bed wet. Yes, it will. That was actually something else that Bill Maher mentioned too. That's another reason. He's actually kind of funny sometimes. He said something to the effect, there was another segment he did something to the effect that Americans right now are really low on their sexual activity. In fact, he said that something that they interviewed, 46% of the males don't even touch themselves. And he's like, males? Men? You're not doing this? I guess he does it. We knew that Ed Asner did it. That's what kept him alive so long. If you remember that take, that was... But yeah, his joke was, he says, oh, I guess these guys are afraid to touch themselves because they can't get... what was it? They can't get verified by a... I'm ruining the joke, as usual, because I'm a blonde. Yeah. They can't get permission from their gym sock, basically. Heat's not good for your boys. Well, actually, it doesn't sound like it's hot. It just sounds like it bubbles on you. So you can probably put any temperature of water in there. Now, I don't suggest anything warm, of course. But yeah, they were calling it refreshing. I don't consider it hot, the hot being refreshing. So more than likely, they put it on warm. And actually, there's a little secret, although I don't know if I should be telling anybody. Although, if the women are listening, this is a good way to surprise the absolute piss out of your husband while making him go nuts at the same time, or your boyfriend or whatever like that. Most people don't know this. Guys know this, but they don't think about it, and it doesn't affect everyone that I know of. But there's actually... I'm almost embarrassed to talk about it. There's a little bald spot on the bottom of a guy's nuts that if you tickle it, it's actually very soft. It's like just the shave. It's like he shaved down there or whatever like that. But if you tickle it, it drives them nuts. So that's... You're welcome, ladies. And men, too, actually. In fact, consent. Thank you, Bruin Backhand. I got it in other words. Excuse me. So yes, actually, I gotta be honest. If any of you guys actually try this or test this out or buy one of these just for shits and giggles or even just to see if it's real, tell me what it's like, man. Tell me what it's like. Ooh, yeah. Don't forget the number to call. I'm so embarrassed. Now look at me turning red. Giving away my secrets. Let's see. Dark fucking Maga says Hunter uses his ball tubs to hide his crack before a flight, knowing nobody on Earth would touch anything his testicles have ever been near. Say he hasn't met half the TSA agents in the world yet, I guess. That's funny. Salty Foreskin says, actually, this was for you. Says $50 million worth of ball hot tubs are probably being sent to the Ukraine via one of Hunter's fronts. You never know. You never know. Like I say, only thing I can think of is don't get near the drain. That wouldn't be pleasant. Let's see. What does Bruin Backhand say? He says, turning into Dr. Ruth on us. Yeah. just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's funny because I actually had to tell... I actually had to mention that to my... What was it? Back in college. God, it was so long ago. I barely remember the two. The guy was a specialist in the sex education, and it was like the medical stuff, the stuff that they did back in the 70s where they were studying this stuff, and they had diodes on the, to see what brought man up and all the other blah, 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 blah. The mechanics and all of that. And that was the one thing that he didn't have, because he wrote the book. He wrote the textbook, and I read through the whole textbook, and that was the one thing he didn't have in there. So I'll never forget this. I told him about it. I talked to him about it. I told him about it. And I'll be damned if it wasn't in the book the next year. So, so even the most professionals didn't know that. How weird, huh? Let's see. What do I got next for you guys? Oh, here's something really bizarre, but I think it's fake. Bizarre viral video allegedly shows mermaid washed ashore on the beach. Now, I wanted to show you guys this because that's not it. I wanted to show you guys this video and everything because I wanted y'all's opinion. It looks fake to me, especially if you watch till the end and they get real close up on it. But I wanted to see what you guys think. Can y'all see that? No, I actually talked to him about it, Bruin. I'm serious. I actually talked to him about it. I was only about, God, you know what? It's longer than I remember. I was about 26 or 27 at the time. So, wow. Almost 25 years ago. All right. You guys, I was waiting for this to come up on y'all's screen because there's a delay, of course. But tell me, do you think this is real? Check this out. I want to know what's making the oinking noises. I don't see a pig anywhere. Now here's the weird part. They pan away from it real quick, and then they pan back to it for some reason. Like I say, another thing that made me think it was phony. Watch when they're gonna get they're gonna get close up of it, looking down the other way. Watch. Yeah, you can see when they got real close. When they get real close to the abdomen part there, you can see that's a suit of some kind. That's not real. Not to mention the fact, why is the hair on top black and the rest of the hair flowing down is all red? Yeah. Let's see what everybody says. Everybody says about that. Do you guys think this was real? Let's see. Salty Foreskin says that's as real as the Nigerian oil company I own shares in. Prowler of Night says that's as real as the 2020 election. Psyop says lulz. Psyop says if that had been real, they would have eaten it already. Maybe. And actually, if you notice, they barely would touch it. And was that what was making those pig noises? Did you hear the pig noises? Let's see. Dark fucking Maga says, put it back in the water before Hunter molested. Helicopter Sean says, I knew mermaids were real. Yeah. It says, legit as smoking cheese because you're a crackhead. Yeah, Salty Foreskin. Slop Diddly Bob says, Normie break, my bad. All those groomers on shore getting ready to turn Japanese. Oh my goodness, you guys are horrible. You guys are and that came off of Mozambique, South Africa. So, But yeah, I noticed how hardly anybody touched her, and when it made that oinking noise, a bunch of people, but they were just kind of barely touching her. I think that was phony. I really think that was phony. In fact, a mermaid probably wouldn't have a nose. Let's see. All right, so I got what I thought everybody else. I figured that was phony too, but it was intriguing. It was intriguing. Oh, okay, Slop. You getting them to watch the show, or? All right. Now you know that you guys know that everybody's pushing really, 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 really hard for these electric cars. I mean, the gas prices are way high. They're trying to say that there's going to be shortages on oil, which is always bullshit. It's only shortage because they won't go and drill it or do anything to get it out of the ground or any other transport it and all of this stuff. You've seen everything. But with this is more, they do all of this stuff more and more and more to get you to do these things. But I'm going to show you. Let's see. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely refuse. But this is also why the government wants you to have electric transportation, because it'll be just as efficient, expensive, dangerous, and useless as they are. Watch. That one car ruined 3 other cars. In fact, if you notice, that one guy tried to save that truck that was next to him, couldn't get it out in time. So yeah, I am. You can take your electric cars and shove them right up your ass, Mr. President. Like I said, these cars seem to be just as inefficient, expensive, dangerous, and useless as they are. That's why they like them so much. That's why they keep pushing them on us. All right, don't forget this is a call-in talk show. Actually, I think I talked to. Let me think. I've listened to so many of you guys. The other guy with the mustache and the beard, although that could be anybody too. That I narrowed it down, didn't I? America Floats. He had said something about wanting to call in, but I think he does his own show at this time of night. Although it's cool if you want to do if you want to call me during your show. I mean, of course you probably don't need any more. What do they call it? Footage or whatever like that. Any kind of stuff for your videos or whatever like that. But it'd be cool if you called. It'd be cool if you called during your show or whatever. We talk about whatever. No big whoop. So, some good news, I guess. Actually, I don't know about this as good news. It's good news for him, hopefully. The man who discovered Hunter Biden's laptop announces legal action against CNN and Adam Schiff. Can't think of 2 nicer places to get sued. Basically, this guy's livelihood went down the drain when they found out that he had a possession of it and gave it over to the FBI, I don't know, everything like that. But when the media and Schiff started screaming, Russian information, Russian disinformation, it ruined his life. He had to go into hiding. His business went under. He said, he he was still doing business as usual. His customers were all still coming by and everything like that until they started blathering about him being a Russian disinformation, working with the Russians, and then his customers stopped coming in. Mainly because of the fact that they were harassing him so much. So, now he's finally, since this has now been proven and adjudicated by these outlets that lied about it in the first place, he's now suing these people. And here's my question. This is more great news for CNN, but can we finally sue them out of existence? Please. Come on, Kyle. What are you waiting for? By the way, speaking of that, I keep seeing the news that some judge denied Whoopi Goldberg's beg for dismissal of Kyle's case against her, and it's not true because there is no case against her right now. He's said that he wants to, but nothing's been filed or anything like that yet. He only mentioned wanting to so far. And I think that you've been around long enough watching this shit show of the media to know that if papers were filed, the minute he signed the paperwork, it'd be all over. They would be screaming and yelling and trying to defame him and trying to reclaim his murdership and all this other. So there'd be all kinds of smear campaigns out there. If there was any cases at all going on or everything like that, you'd know about it. You'd know about it. So the Whoopi Goldberg thing is fake news. As I say, you'll definitely know if Kyle files any paperwork, because you know damn well they can't wait to defame him and try to push that he's some kind of a white supreme pizza. All right. Once again, don't forget, this is a call-in talk show. Share with your friends also, too. There's things down below. There's links all down below to either help support me or make sure that you can follow me on the alternative channels. Like I say, YouTube's really not doing me any good. I've been on YouTube for, almost a year and a half now doing this. And like I say, it's been 8 months now, and I still have the same 400 subscribers. And I'm not real sure that any of them even come to visit me. Bruin Backhand says, looks animatronic? Could be. The mermaid, yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, it looks like they put a little girl in some kind of a weird fishy-looking outfit or whatever like that and asked her to act weird. Like I say, would a mermaid have a nose? I mean, it's not like they can breathe underwater. In fact, don't mermaids have gills? They maybe they have both. I don't know. Sometimes they say that they can breathe above water. In fact, there used to be, in days of old, I guess, the mermaids that they were describing actually ended up being manatees, which they're supposedly endangered in Florida because boats, they're with their propellers and everything, run over them. But I was going to say, they're very gentle creatures. They just kind of float around, and they eat. Main reason why they're upset about them being extinct or possibly going extinct is because of the fact that they actually eat a lot of the herbage in the waters that would otherwise block the waterways in Florida. And I don't know if they have them anywhere else in the world. All right, a phone call. Hang on just a second. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Lauren?
Hello.
How have you been? You sounded like you needed a caller.
Oh, I've been doing fantastic. Like I said earlier, everything's been going according to plan. I haven't had any glitches lately, which I shouldn't say that because that's the minute everything falls down on my shoulders.
Odysee's really picked up on better. I mean, their app kind of sucks, it seems, but I'll probably use it on my phone anyways.
Yeah, I can't use the app very much. Although, are they better on Apple or on? Because I've got an Android.
Oh, I do too. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Fuck Apple.
Oh, okay, because I know I still can't get on True
Yeah,
Social,
please,
although
please.
I'm hearing that it's not doing too well, so.
Oh, really?
Well, they don't have any, they're not on Android yet still, and they don't have anything on PC either. That's actually, I'm usually on the computer when I'm doing social media, so I would need something on the computer.
Yeah, ditto. Oh, I hear you. The computer's the only way to go.
So what do you
Apple
feel?
thing.
How do you
It
feel
is.
about some of this stuff that I've been mentioning today? I noticed that you said something
well, like
about
I said, I mean, I caught like the very first, like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes of the show and I set it up. But then I had a normally friend come over and hung out with her for a little bit, smoked some weed, shit like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were telling us about that. She's
Yeah, I just picked it back up like maybe 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. So you didn't get a chance to see the ball jacuzzi then.
Well, I saw the Semi Mermaid, but yeah, that was safe.
Oh, okay. You missed the ball jacuzzi. See if
Yep.
Here you go. Now you can buy a mini hot tub just for your testicles. I'm curious, as a dude, how do you feel about that?
Man, people fucking selling a thing and are dumb, evil, dumb fucking people that just buy it. Just dumb, stupid, ignorant. Like, I'm sorry, but your ignorance is fucking evil in my point. I mean, especially with the internet at your hands, the world, everything you've ever wanted to know.
I actually just thought it was funny, and I thought it was a joke at first, but then after I read the article, it was like, are you kidding me? So.
I know. Well, again, like I said, there are fucking dumb people who buy it. They're just stupid, gullible people. I mean, that really sucks, but I guess Sailor V.
Well, I guess it was P.T. Barnum that said there's a sucker born every minute.
For real, right?
I'm glad I'm not one of them, although, like I say, I'm not perfect.
If it was America, I'd say at least 2 every minute.
Yeah, so, I thought you were here at the beginning of the show. What do you do, wrestling with somebody over there?
What's that?
I say, are you wrestling with somebody over there?
Well, sclerosis. It's very hard to hold things. I don't have a whole lot of dexterity in my hands anymore.
Oh, okay.
Musician, songwriter, so that's great.
Well, you got to get you a mic set up.
What's that?
I said, you got to get you a mic set up or something. I do all this stuff hands free except for my little mouse.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I say I do this all hands free except for my little mouse once in a while. Let's see. You caught the thing about the mermaid. You said
I sit on my couch. I work on a wireless mouse and wireless keyboard. I just sit on my couch and do this stuff.
Oh, okay. Yep. In case anybody's wondering, can I tell them who this is?
Yeah, no, this is Slop.
Okay, this is Slop Diddly Bop. Make sure to go and check out his channel. He uploads all kinds of great music and stuff for you guys to listen to. He's got some set lists and stuff, so that stuff to listen to while 451 Actual is not online.
Oh, yeah. No, I do post on 451s. Honestly, his radio show, it's just the way of radio. It's the way it's going to go from now on. Fuck this radio wage shit.
Okay. Did you hear, did you catch the bit with Bill Maher?
Your bit? No. What's Bill Maher's bit now?
Okay, hang on a second. Let me find the okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let you listen to it again, because this tells me ever. Listen close. Let me turn it up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, let me turn it up. Hang on a sec.
I'm going to just warn you while I take your channel up so I listen to it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
The fact that he's what people used to call a man's man. He can't share right now. He's killing Russians. Turns out after 200,000 years, there's still a lot of another tribe is coming to kill us. And when that happens, you want a little big dick energy.
You heard that? Oh, he's probably waiting for it to come up. There's a delay. So yeah, that blew my mind. Oh, there it goes. How about that? I think he's been listening to Salty. Did you go away? Hey, you missed a lot of the show. Hmm. Okay, you can come back now. Anyways, yeah, man. Like I say, I still don't trust the man.
Yeah,
but,
come here.
Oh, okay, there you are. And I still don't trust the man, but
Yeah, sorry about that. I was sitting here talking into my phone, didn't even realize I was on mute.
Oh, okay. What'd you think of that? Do you think he's been listening to
honestly,
Salty?
He has to. He has to be. Honestly, with as much, as many connections as he's made within the Patriot community, he would be dumb to not know who he is. I mean, we're pretty much stating it all back. This kid fucker.
Band.video or whatever it is, because they still listen to Alex. They still listen to Alex.
Yeah, well, the thing is like, I really do think that there are a lot more. I think this was brought up a while ago, actually, where people were thinking that shall not means shall not was somebody that was a proxy, I suppose, for celebrities and, you know, giving money to Salty and whatnot. I think there's a lot more of those types than we even realize.
Oh, that's true, but would they actually have time to get online like that and listen to somebody that's small?
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. It's like I think it's a proxy issue. I think that it's somebody else that is kind of like power of attorney almost, but not like in a namesake, I guess. You know, just the celebrities give him money possibly, and then he donates it to red-pilled fucking crazy deserters, Salty as us.
Yeah, he was throwing all kinds of money at him there for a while. Blew my mind. It was like, wow, who is that?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's either someone that is way good hell for this movement, or it was somebody that had the ability of having connections with celebrities, and those celebrities were using him as an intermediary to a proxy, if you will, to donate money.
Because, I mean, I don't talk the same. I'm not Salty, but I'm on the same page.
I hear it.
I could be a girl. I could be a girl. I could be a girl Salty. Although I don't rant. I don't rant as quite as much as he does, and I don't curse quite as much as he does either. And I don't have the one affectation that trips me out about him is that he does the baby talk or the sweetie talk, and then he starts cussing motherfuckers this and that and the other. It's like, okay.
That's how people talk these days on. The thing is like, if you're brought with someone, they're going to listen more. If you're not,
Right.
they're going to open their ears instead of casting you away.
Yeah, well, he's funny, but I also like his sense of common sense. You read a lot of these newspapers and things like that, and you can tell after a while that they're doing nothing but trying to lead your mind one way or another, whatever they want you to think. And then when you find out a majority of the stuff that they're putting out there is bullshit, it cements it to you even farther.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Salty used to be a lefty. Like, and then the fucking left scared him back into the right arms. I mean, I've never been right or left, but yeah, it's just, in this fight, there has to be a stance taken. You have to be against these people. The friends, the people that are enemies of the people that are enemies of my enemies, or
That's good.
I'll try to tone down the F-bomb for you. But yeah, I swear, I just watch Salty melt insulting. I can make a solo bush.
Well, I enjoy watching him. I don't watch him all the time. Usually, I'm busy with my own stuff too. But I enjoy watching him. He's funny. He's funny most of the time. He said he's making a whole bunch of changes, but he's not telling anybody what they are. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, not right for right now, because if you remember, he said it's going to take months. It's going to take a while. So he's getting everything settled right now. He's not really obviously going to test around a bunch of shows.
Oh, is there changes taking place? What on YouTube or something?
Oh, I don't know. I follow the YouTube wall. That's why I'm uploading all of them. Like all the music that I upload and the pictures that are actually for the thumbnails on them are the memes that I made. I mean, not gifts. I only do soul frame. But yeah, those are all memes that I made, and they're all my old my music because I have a less on YouTube itself. And again, YouTube could best off. You know, Susan can just I don't know. She's the worst kind of human.
Yeah,
I can't believe that anyone can look at her.
I'm actually thinking about making some changes myself with regards to that. Because, like I say, I've been on YouTube now for almost 2 years now doing this, and for the last at least 8 months now, I have not gotten any more than 400. I've got the same 400 subscribers I've had for 8 months now. It's like, geez. Prowler.
Yeah, honestly, you know it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but nothing in life ever comes without pain that wasn't worth having.
Yeah, well, it might just not be for me. I seem to have more people and more followers on Odysee, and actually, believe it or not, on Rumble. In fact, I wish I could afford to stream on Rumble, because I'm actually growing organically there, and I don't really pay that much attention to it. I just that was my backup for everything else. I just upload videos there. But let's see. Rougarou! Howdy. Welcome to the show. You're a little late. Prowler says, thank you for the stream. Got to shut it down here at work. Okay, good night. Thank you for being here, Prowler. Appreciate it. Please make sure you share and click some of the links below. All right, let's see. Good to see you, Rougarou. Ken rides. Stop carving out the mountains. Yeah, actually, somebody, if you see there's a picture on the chat in Odysee of one of the mines for the lithium that they use for those batteries. They're lying to us about the carbon footprint with these batteries and all of that stuff, because
what about all the actually mining it out of the ground? Never running out of, just that it doesn't use gasoline. That's the main source.
Well, mining it, transporting it, producing it, and making it into everything like that. Oh yeah. Not to mention the fact
everything you got to send through all the fucking ore or all the ores.
Yeah, well, not to mention the fact that you can't recycle those batteries. Once they're gone, and they just pollute the atmosphere after that. They seep into the groundwater. I mean, this is just not good. And like I say, they're lying to us about it. And I still would like to know if.
God, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. I still would like to know if you're on the road somewhere and you run out of power, you gonna walk to the next gas station and get a bucket of electricity? No, you're gonna have somebody with it.
Eventually, they don't come out yet. But all right, so do you know how they have those little battery packs so you can jump your car battery if it dies? You can get where you got to go. You could have your car battery dead. They're going to come with portable ones they can charge your car with too eventually. I guarantee it.
Huh. Well, they got them for the phone. They got them for the phones and stuff like that. But these are powerful cars with supposedly 300 and 400 horsepower. Supposedly, I mean.
Well, it doesn't have that much horsepower though, is because the engine. It's still electricity. It doesn't matter how you get it to it. I mean, obviously the plug and whatnot, but. Yeah, you can still inject electricity into the battery, I suppose.
Well, I guess from that last video that I showed where these cars are just blowing up spontaneously on it, you better be careful if you're going to do that.
That's what I was gonna say, and let all of the users know. If it does blow up, if you see a car like that, throw water on it. It totally makes it better. I promise.
Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that.
If it doesn't work, then they're dumb. You can do a little research, 5 minutes online, and find out water plus burning lithium doesn't equal real time.
Yeah,
it's like
well,
throwing water on a grease fire.
Yep.
Stupid.
Well, no, most people aren't going to look it up, though. They're just going to believe what they hear. In fact,
Dumbass online.
Don't get in trouble now. Rougarou says recycling costs more than just landfilling stuff. Yeah, I've never seen a program or anything that government has ever taken over and ever made better, ever. Never, 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 never. And, you know, they're always screaming and yelling about how it was, what do they call it? Pastor Chatelet! Pastor Chatelet and his obsession with Big Mike. He's back. I guess everybody else is offline now. And actually, I'm getting ready to shut out too, but I wanted to show everybody something. I appreciate you calling me, Slop, and I'm following your channel. And where else can they find you?
Sweet. Actually, like I said, I was on YouTube for a while, but never did anything big. Mostly just got musicals and whatnot. And I actually just started a new channel today, and you can bank faster than this because of the streams they had earlier. It's called Ultra, God damn it, Ultra Dark Maga.
Ultra Dark Maga.
Pretty much what I'm going to do, what I think I'm going to do, is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to set up pedophiles and try to.
Yeah, I actually thought about that myself. I got a couple of nephews that I could actually do that with. But I don't know if I would ever have the time for it. I don't know if his daddy would go for it either, so. But yeah, I'm actually lucky to be able to do what I'm doing here at the moment.
Watch some of Alex Fowler's stuff. He's got a great setup. You can go to rumble.com. You can look up his channel and whatnot. As far as him calling out pedophilia, the way that he goes at it is fucking fantastic. Gaining their trust and being a lot more, what's the word? Relatable.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I really do.
Yeah, and since they're not cops, they can't get, in court and stuff like that, they can't get blamed for like entrapment and all that other stuff either. So, yep, that's a good thing. I hope we get more people doing that kind of thing because evil can't be reasoned with. Evil cannot be cajoled. It cannot be bargained with. Evil must be eliminated.
You can be dragged into the light, though. That's the great thing about evil.
Yep.
That's what I've been using for a lot. Like, ever since 9/11, I was in 9th grade, my idea opened up. I was like, that fucking building didn't fall at free fall swing because of fucking 2 planes full of jet fuel. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, how dumb were these people? Like, I was 9 years old, or in 9th grade, like 15, and I even saw through this fucking shit. It's like, how did Building 7 fall? Do you need to look up buildings? Not you in general, but just in general for people. Like, most don't even know about Building 7. It's like, well, then how can you think that it wasn't an inside job if you don't know all of the buildings that were destroyed?
Exactly. But they don't, there's no self-awareness. Like I say, people aren't taught patterns anymore, so they're not able to recognize.
After LDG Dark Maga, like I said, UMD, one of my channels. I'm probably going to like get everything worked around this weekend. I'll open up like a Grindr account, fucking, what are some other ones, like 24 or something like that.
Oh, there's still such a thing as Grindr?
What's that?
I had no idea. Goes to show you how much I pay attention to that shit.
By something mine done, and apparently all of these other people that are calling out fucking vetoes and shit, they're probably going to get shut down. Or I hope so. Because they don't need around anymore. This is a fucked up guy. This is a really fucked up guy.
Hey, Coon Dog! Welcome. How's your mom? Alright, I'm going to let you go, Slop, so I can end the show. I've got one more thing to show everybody that I thought was really crazy. But they're letting it happen, so this is this is the it's like the blind leading the blind, or the asylees running the asylum. But thank you so much for calling, and make sure everybody go and see Slop Diddly Bop on his channels, and hopefully help him out, catch some of these pedophiles.
Time I have a man's? Fuck no. These Ike bastards are gonna pay.
Indeed, indeed. Well, make sure you let us know how that's going, and everybody, please support Slop Diddly Bop on his new channel. Dark Maga? No.
Ultra Dark Maga.
Ultra Dark
UMD.
Maga. Ultra Dark Maga. Okay. Fantastic. Thanks so much for calling tonight.
Hey, not a problem, Mark. Thanks for that, man.
You have a great night.
You as well.
Good night. All right. Shout out to Slop Diddly Bop. Like I say, don't forget to check out his channels. He's got a music channel, and now he's going to be trapping predators. Thumbs up. Big thumbs up for that. Okay. Just about ready to go. In case, unless somebody else wants to call or talk or anything like that. But I wanted to show you guys this because... I wanted to show you guys this because... I just... I can't... It's hard to stop laughing. In fact, I couldn't find the original of this, but this guy that does the blind... What is it? Blind React or whatever it is? He's hilarious too, so... We'll both be making comments on this. Let me make sure I got the sound up so you can see it, so you can hear it. But yeah, this is hilarious. Hope it's not too loud. All right, here we go.
Just off the floor at the
Smell of the
it was
floor.
really nice.
In love with a swimming pool.
My name is Tabitha, and I'm in love with a swimming pool. Hi guys! Come on in. Welcome to Colin. In 1995.
Colin's a swimming pool!
She named him Colin. I wonder if that's like an example for anything like colon, because you know this is a just all the things that go through my head just make me laugh so loud about this. But you know damn well, as a public pool, you know what people do in public pools, okay? So yeah, Colin.
What I would have done without him. When lockdown
You
hit,
could've-
I didn't get to see
So look at her. She doesn't know what she could have done without him. You could have swam in him once in a while. You probably wouldn't look like that.
Colin for months on end, which was really hard. But now everything's opening back up again. I feel like a piece of me's been put back.
Tabitha plans to marry Colin this coming August.
I have
Marry?
been granted permission from
She's got permission.
Stafford County Council to go ahead with the wedding.
She's
which
getting married to a
means
swimming
it'll just
pool,
be
guys.
a small ceremony. Of
Tabitha is getting
family.
married to
But
Colin.
it does
and
mean
here's the
that I
swimming
will
pool.
have
Tabitha's going to marry this swimming pool. And she's literally gotten permission from her parliament or whatever it is. You can tell she's not from here. I don't know if any, although things are crazy enough, some judge or somebody might give her permission to do that.
more rights to see Colin when we're legally married.
Sorry, Hal.
Tabitha,
says-
if you see this video, can I please get an invite to the
A
wedding?
blue and white balloon arch, because they are Colin's favourite colours.
She knows the pool's favorite colors. Blue and white.
Colin's
And he
favourite
likes
colours.
me in blue and white.
Tabitha's dad
I'm not judging
doesn't
anyone,
support
right? But
her
if you're happy-
decisions.
It's an absolute outrage, if you ask me.
That's her father. Her father doesn't agree with this at all. Of course, he probably would like to have grandchildren.
Who in their
Tabitha's
right
dad.
mind marries a swimming pool?
So my dad found out about
He said it all right there. Who in their right mind?
my love for Colin when I was 18. He
How? How did he
came
find
across a
out?
lot of photos in my
Photos.
personal drawer, sort of, personal things.
What the hell were in those photos? He found photos and that's how he found out that they were in love? I mean, let your imagination run wild with that one. I know mine is.
And yeah, he hit the roof.
He hit the roof where the
he
pigeon
thought I was
is.
mental.
Well, isn't it the tradition that the father pays for the wedding for the bride or whatever like that? So, yeah, I would venture to say he's probably a little dismayed about paying for a wedding to a fucking pool. Come on, man.
But I think he's slowly coming around to the idea, and
If she thinks for 1 minute I'll be at that bloody wedding, she's more of a lunatic than I thought.
we might do.
No, Daddy's not going to that wedding. She thinks he's coming around. Look, that's how deluded she is. He wants zero to do with it, but she thinks he's gonna come around. It doesn't sound like it to me.
Twizzler things on the rafters or something. I've thought about it, but I'm not really sure. Like, Colin hasn't made up his mind what he would. Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. Oh, and he sings to me as well.
He talks to her and he sings to her.
Go on.
Can you?
Go on. I'm sitting on the side of your face, watching the light dogs roll away. You know I can't do the harmony.
I don't know what's funnier, her or him.
No, we're getting embarrassed. Stop it.
Oh, now she's embarrassed.
Colin, you said this.
She might need help in some way.
Colin, we can't do this together.
But again, she's
Sorry,
happy.
could you
She's
just give us
happy.
a minute? Sorry.
And a swimming pool's cool. She owns a swimming
He's
pool.
really warm today. Yeah, aren't you? Sorry. Would you mind not? It's just that I don't. We've had a shower and I don't really like people inside Colin outside opening hours. Sorry.
She doesn't want anybody in him during closing hours. I guess she lives at this municipal pool now. Holy cow. Let's see. I'll do more in a minute. Slop Dilly Bob says, grandchildren will be pretty fluid at least. Rougarou says this. He let his mind wander with the pictures. She was grinding the ledge. And Sorry Hal says, yes, she's so broken. Yeah. Her dad sounds reasonable, though. Holy shit. I'll let her... Who filmed this? I don't know. It's probably one of those weird obsession. There's all kinds of those shows out now. National Geographic does one for people that have pica. And if you don't know what pica is that you have the desire to eat things that are not food. Like one lady, she eats laundry detergent. Another lady eats spackle or drywall. And they know it's bad for them. In fact, it bungs up their insides and everything. They have to go to the doctor all the time, but they can't stop doing it. The doctors just cure their symptoms, I guess, or not even that. So, yeah, weird. How about this? Wait till the end here. Here we go, more.
And
Honestly, I don't.
Shoes.
So you're not allowed to touch Colin.
And would you mind as well? Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, take off your shoes.
Guys, right, that's enough.
Take off your shoes when you walk on Colin's face, or side of his face. Yes, I'm with you, New Patriots. That's actually one of the reasons I brought this up is because, like I said, I tried to find the original video so that I could just comment on it myself. But this guy's pretty funny, too. I actually follow him on I think it's Facebook, I think. That's where this one was. But, yeah, he's always coming up with funny stuff, and he looks at these people on TikToks and everything going, what? So, yeah, here's the lady. This guy actually wants to be invited to the wedding, and actually, it would definitely make good content. At least content that you can make fun of. And to be honest, like I say, they're allowing her to do this because she literally, if you heard earlier, she literally got permission from whatever her city council is over there and everything like that to actually marry this pool. I wonder, she says she doesn't like anybody doing anything with him or touching him while no business hours. Can you imagine how she feels when during business hours? Kekistan Special Forces, welcome. A link? Okay. Let's see. Copy the link. There you go. Watched about a woman. Let's see. Kyrgyzstan special. Sees me swimming laps in the next lane next to her. Excuse me, can you please stop swimming fast? It's oppressive for you to do that next to someone less capable, and you should be ashamed. Yeah, that's about right. These people, what these people are doing. Team Ameripuke, welcome. Another new person in the chat. Welcome. Everyone is welcome. But yeah, I just wanted to end. I just wanted to end the night on something funny. I like corny shit anyway. I'm a corny person. But watch out for my next video. I'm doing a spoof song. It's going to be big band spoof song about our grandpa in chief. So stay tuned for that. My husband actually is working on my set right now for that particular thing, so I can go film it tomorrow. But I got a couple of, it's going to be funny. Hopefully it'll be funny, but it's also going to be pretty true too. And so I rewrote some lyrics. I'm having trouble writing my own music, but I can always be like Weird Al. And actually, if this one works out, I've got 2 more songs that I've got ideas for, and I've always wanted to do big band music, big band songs. I hope I can sing better than I can talk. But I've always wanted to do big band music and everything like that with, the slinky gowns and the real classy and everything else. So that's what that's going to be. So stay tuned for my next video. Appreciate all the callers. I appreciate the tips, the super chats, or whatever they call them on here. Again, don't forget, all my links are below if you want to support me or if you want to follow me on other channels, just in case I disappear on YouTube. And I get the feeling a lot of people are going to be disappearing on YouTube. Unless, of course, this free speech thing starts to catch on with the Elon Musk situation. But they're trying to go after him, and he's even talking about them writing his suicide note. So you just never know. Life's a crapshoot most of the time. I do too, Slop Dilly Bop. I love corny shit, and that's why I do corny shit. Hopefully you giggle at me. I'm actually surprised, as corny and as weird as I am, that I haven't been memed yet. But I'm sure somebody will come up with something someday, somehow, somewhere. And one day I'll say something or do something that'll make me famous. Thank you so much, Pastor Chatelet. Thanks everybody for being here tonight. Thank you for the super chats. Please make sure you share this. I will see you in the... Oh, Kyrgyzstan, thank you so much. You get one of these. Appreciate it. All right. Shall I play you the song of my people? Yes, I love that little gif. That's cute as can be. All right. Once again, thanks for all the phone calls. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the conversations. I will see you guys next Thursday. Stay tuned for my spoof song coming up soon. And that's going to be it for tonight. I appreciate y'all being here. Until next time, AMF.